Facebook is a social networking service that launched in 2004. As of now, Facebook has more than 800 million active users. Facebook was founded by Mark Zuckerberg along with his college roommates. The website's membership was initially limited to Harvard students, but then eventually expanded to everybody over the age of 13. Facebook now boasts 1.6 billion users on the social networking platform. The key source of Facebook's revenue is advertising. With a huge and diversified customer base and access to personal information, Facebook is an attractive advertising platform for many companies. Today, the industry is extremely competitive with a variety of full-feature offerings. As the competition in the industry shoots up, these firms find themselves entangled in the battles to attract and retain consumers and earn more revenues from markets. Facebook's current revenue is about 4.27 billion US dollars, and the company is worth between 75 and 100 billion. Following is Porter's 5 forces of the industry structure. Threat of new entrances. Although the possibility of a new full-featured entrant sealing away customers is not feasible in the short term, there's a high threat from new entrants that could offer new distinguished or individualized services like photo sharing. Substitutes. Since there are a number of products that offer same functionality, there is a possibility of consumer migrating to other offerings. The major players in the industry have tried to diversify their offerings to increase switching costs for consumers. Buyers. Here we need to focus on two aspects. The user and the utilize the social networking services are classified as consumers, and those that use the site as platform for marketing or running a web-based business are called customers. The competition in the industry plays a major role. Since the industry is highly competitive, buyers have a huge power of choice and can switch to choose other offerings if they're not satisfied with one company's product. Suppliers. For this industry, we can constitute the manufacturers and distributors of hardware. This group, as such, does not have much bargaining power. Another group that can be placed under suppliers is a platform/device vendors for mobile devices. The policies of these vendors regarding the inclusion of a particular company's products are not written in stone and something that the social networking companies like Facebook do not have control on. Competition. The fact that this point has come up in almost every one of the other 4 forces implies that this is a critical issue that Facebook deals with. Facebook has built a comfortable lead in the social networking due to its first mover advantage. This dominant power is, however, being challenged by offerings from well-established companies such as Google's. Currently, there are several other factors that involve risks and challenges to Facebook. First, their finances are highly dependent on the level of user engagement. Second, revenues are dependent on the marketing cycle and spending. Third, challenging and attracting more users and better monetization opportunities. Fourth, actions by government restrict Facebook in their countries for securing information. Fifth, laws and regulation regarding privacy can cause expensive litigations and may adversely affect Facebook's financial position. 6. Substantial debt and ability to raise capital to meet the business's needs will always be a factor for Facebook. As Facebook is becoming popular globally, its influence has expanded. This expansion in popularity was due to careful and strategic planning. One strategy that Facebook uses to expand its popularity and influence was through acquisitions. In this section, there are 3 types of acquisition: talent acquisition, mobile strategy acquisition, and diversity acquisition. It was under these 3 strategies that Facebook decided to acquire specific companies. Facebook wouldn't be what it is today without the software engineers who have pushed the limits with new technology. Starting in 2007, Facebook began to snap up companies that employed talent they wanted. Next Stop was a site that used social recommendations to increase users' travel experience. Drop.io was a file exchange site that was similar to Dropbox. And Hot Potato was a site that allowed users to check in a place or an event. All these services you can now see are integrated in some way in the most useful functions of Facebook. Mobile strategy acquisition. Because mobile phones were not popular at the time Facebook was created, it realized it needed to be ahead of the game as new technology was beginning to be released. Therefore, it acquired several companies that were already making great applications for mobile phones. Facebook acquired Instagram to do this. The Instagram acquisition let investors know that Facebook understood where the market was headed and was prepared to pay money to stay relevant to its customers. By buying Instagram, Facebook bought itself 30 million new users and the culture they brought with them. Furthermore, through Instagram, Facebook can now offer all kinds of cool filters to your Facebook photos, a feature that attracted over 30 million people to Instagram. Since 2014, Facebook has made acquisitions that are outside the norm of special media companies. Because Facebook is in its mature phase and business cycle, its strategy has shifted to grow earnings through diversification. It's done this by buying companies like Oculus, VR, Ascenta, and Proto GOIY. Ascenta is a drone maker that Facebook plans to use to bring the internet to remote places of the world. And finally, Proto GOIY will be used to help Facebook enter the fitness and health monitoring market. All these businesses provide Facebook with the manpower, technology, and skills that will keep them ahead of the competition and continue to make Facebook relevant to users in the future.